Hello and welcome to the Eliot estate. Today is a very exciting day. We are gonna go pick up our lavender order. So we are out here in the lavender field and we have to take inventory. I put in an order last fall, and so I wanted to go through before we go over and pick it up because it sounded like they had more that we could potentially get. And I wanted to just take inventory of what is coming back because now we can kind of see what made it through the winter and what didn't. So Taylor and I are going to go through each of the rows. We only have 4 varieties out here right at the current time in this first quadrant. And we are going to just see how we're looking on inventory, and then we can go over and get the lavender. Taylor's counting the holes. This row is Royal Velvet lavender. Now last year I got the lavender pretty late in the season. We didn't get our order until like June, and it was shipped from Washington. So this year I was really thrilled because I reached out to a local grower over in Ashland, Ohio, Green Valley Growers, and I asked if they were able to get the varieties that I'm looking at adding to the field. So that is where we're headed to go get. Each of the rows can hold roughly about 65 to 68 plants. What are we at on that? 37? So 37 holes that we can fill with that Royal Velvet. A couple weeks ago we did have 11 rows of this landscaping fabric, and we did end up eliminating one. So we're down to 10 rows that we can plant, and there's trees in this row currently at the time being. So basically we're just going through. Taylor's telling me what is available, so like the available dead holes. He's working on this last row, which has the Grosso lavender in it, and basically wherever we don't have any lavender planted, we can do a whole, like another row of that same variety. So in this first quadrant we have Royal Velvet, Fulgate, Melissa, and Grosso, and we're going to be adding quite a bit on to this next quadrant over here that we're going to be working on in the next week. And in that quadrant we'll be adding Hidcote, Phenomenal, Munstead, Provence, Elegance Purple, and I think that's it. So a lot more lavender to be planted in here, but I was really happy with what came back. And a couple weeks ago Courtney came out and helped. We weeded all of our holes and they're looking really good. So you can see last year's growth, which is that more silver leafed, and all of the fresh growth on this one. I mean, granted we did lose quite a bit as well. I'm not gonna say that everything came back, but it looks really good. Taylor's coming back. I forgot how many plants we can plant per row. I think it was around 65 plants. So once we determine that, we have kind of dedicated 2 rows per variety. Some of the more popular ones, like the Munstead, I think I gave myself 3 rows on that variety. You have to 68. Walk 68. Yeah. You were, oh, I understand. You were walking a little precise. You said 68. All right, so I'm going to tally up how much we have available that Taylor just told me, plus the rows that we need to add, and that will give me the total of what we need to have planted this year yet. So Royal Velvet, we can have 105, which I only ordered 75, so we can get additional of that if they have it available. 72 left, and I had ordered the Fulgate. I have ordered 50, so we definitely need more of that. The Melissa, 91 we could use, and I only ordered 75 of that, so we could definitely use more of that. 68 plus 20 on the Grosso, which is 88. And I only ordered 75. So if they have it available, we'll take it and see what they have. I knew that there would have been some losses one we planted super late in the season. Like I said, we didn't get our lavender order until late June, early July, and I don't think we planted, because I don't think the field was ready, until like July, August. So it was really late in the season. It was hot, and I probably toasted some of them while waiting for the field. So we're gonna head to Green Valley Growers, and we are gonna go get the lavender. So excited. We are here. Everybody's getting their Mother's Day things. And did I mention that we're getting like 1,100 lavender plants? Yikes. Can you believe it? This isn't even all of it. So we got all 130 gallon size Sweet Romance, the Proven Winners Sweet Romance. We got a bunch of flats. This is not everything. So we just stopped because there was an issue with sizing and pricing and that kind of stuff, but I'm glad we did, because we wouldn't have literally been able to fit anything else. It smells heavenly in here. Well, we made it home. It's later that evening, of course, and we got everything unloaded. Like I was saying earlier, we had a little bit of a mix-up on as far as like the sizing and the quantities. Well, not even the quantities, just like the varieties that I wanted of lavender. So I placed the order last year thinking that everything was going to be in this tray size, and he had them in like a bigger size because that's what he could get. So obviously there was a little bit of a price difference, so we're going to sit on it and see what we can work out. We talked about maybe getting some cuttings from those bigger pots and that kind of stuff. So I'll show that later whenever we go and get those. But I did want to show you what we ended up with, and it smells so good. We ended up with 4 different varieties, 3 being in these little 18 count packs. And we have Elegance Purple, and you can see that it is quite the early bloomer. Or earlier than the other ones, I should say. Really, really pretty. This one is way taller than the rest of them. We have Hidcoat. Quite a bit of those. Then we have the famous Munstead. And we got, I think, 13 of the Munstead, because I wanted to do 13 trays of them. I wanted to do, I believe, more of those than the other varieties. And then over here, there is 130 gallon size pots of the Proven Winners Sweet Romance. Now, I first learned about the Sweet Romance lavender from Laura over at the Garden Answer. And she has a hedge of them in front of her vegetable garden, and it is beautiful. Really pretty, just like a nice like border lavender, 12 to 18 inches, and it looks gorgeous. So we are going to be we're going to be underplanting our rose tunnel with like a row of these, or like a hedge of these. And I haven't decided quite yet on a climbing rose. I think I'll worry about that next year. But for right now, that is what we were able to fit into the van. And it was an awesome day. Seriously, we had Charcuterie Tuesday for dinner, which is like we make a charcuterie board for dinner. And I told Taylor, I was like, what is better than a Charcuterie Tuesday and picking up lavender? Like, it just feels like summer is right around the corner. So it really makes me excited. So anyway, that is going to be all. I just wanted to share my excitement with getting the lavender for the fields. And we are going to be planting within the next week because all of this is going in the ground. It is going to survive, unlike last year. And it's going to be phenomenal. So anyway, thank you guys for watching and visiting the Eliot estate.